I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Fumi.
This is B.
And you tuned in into RealiTEA-V, where we're bringing reality to reality TV. It's just one of those days for me. How's it for you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, today was very all over the place. But, I mean, it's still a good day, though. Nothing. I still have my life and my health, so nothing really to complain about.
Yeah.
Let's just dive into it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this week was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain things that happened, but overall, it was, like, not entertaining as a whole.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. Dorit is getting on my nerves more and more.
What's new?
Yeah. She had a meeting with Teddy and just did not understand the whole problem with her being late and wasting someone's time. She didn't think it was a big deal.
Of course. She
was telling other people that she was only 6 minutes late, and that was a lie.
Yeah.
And Teddy had an event. She wanted to invite everyone, but she wanted to talk to Dorit ahead of time. And she just didn't get it. So everybody came, and Dorit bitched about the fact that wine was in a champagne glass. And it's one thing to be like, oh, champagne glasses.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to be like, you know what? Actually, can you use the right glass to serve me? And you're at someone's home.
Yeah.
But it turns into this whole thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't have turned into a thing with me. It would have turned into, well, you can go and drink champagne out of a champagne glass in your house because you're leaving mine.
Right?
And that would have just been that.
Yeah, I mean,
so annoying.
It's extremely annoying, and it's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
To be in someone else's home. Now, I can see if you were at, like, maybe a restaurant or something, they should know these things.
Right.
But if you're at somebody's house and maybe that's all they have, or they don't, Teddy's not the person to be like, you have to do this and this. She's kind of like, I had a planner. I'm not girly like that.
Yeah. You're
welcome into my home, and it is what it is.
Right.
But she made it such a big deal to the point where she had to drink the right drink from the right glass. And the episode tonight, she makes it a big deal. She was just like, I just know etiquette.
Oh, okay.
And Teddy was like, oh, yep, you know everything. You're better than me. And she goes off on Kyle because she's the mouthpiece, but Vanderpump was talking with her, so I don't know. Anyway.
Jesus. Yeah,
it was like the most dumbest thing to argue about or even have a problem with on Dorit's end. So she's just, she's pretty much the villain so far this season. Because Serena in her interview was like, well, I know what glass you use. But she was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll drink out of a red Solo cup. That's all that's there. Like,
right.
It's not a big deal to me to harbor on that. Oh, and then the episode before last, I know we didn't really talk about it. Vanderpump wanted Dorit to be a model for the jewelry line. Mm-hmm. She did kind of ask her last minute, so Dorit couldn't get her own makeup crew and hair crew.
Right.
But she had such an attitude because the makeup artist didn't do the makeup that she likes, and her hair wasn't the way that she likes. And so when she went to Teddy's house was a glam party.
Yeah.
They had people to do massages, facials, and all that. She was like, no one's touching my face.
Okay.
Only one person could touch my face. And Teddy was like, you had the invitation. You could have told me ahead of time that, I'll come, I won't get any services.
Right.
Nope, she waits to get there until she tells her, no one's touching my face.
Yeah.
Because I have my own people to do that. And she almost bought a $3 million car.
That's cool.
For her husband.
It just makes me wonder, like, does Bravo pay you for these scenarios? Or are you really just that? That's why I can't even honestly really watch the show anymore, because it's less entertaining and just really like, I think I see what other people saw with these housewife shows 5 years ago. Like, it's
just in general, or with Beverly Hills?
With all of them, truthfully. Like,
yeah.
You guys have all the, like, I get that it's supposed to show your outside life and everything, but when you just look at the scope of you guys, you have all this money, you have all of this and that, and you choose to bitch about things such as, am I drinking out of a wine glass or a champagne glass? Which is what people, I guess, bitch about when there are no cameras, but just seeing it is just like, no. I'd rather not.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of people like Teddy, because she's not really into all that.
Yeah.
Like, her way of making money is being an accountability coach.
Right.
So that's very, very vastly different from everyone else. Everyone else is like, fashion or a restaurant owner, or through their husband, they're rich, something. Yeah. She's like one of the first ones in a while.
Yeah.
I guess since Orange County in the beginning, where it was more of like a relatable thing, even though her dad is her dad, but.
Right. I think it kind of just shows that a lot of women never grow up.
Yeah.
Like, you're still 50 years old telling people who they can and can't be friends with. You're still sitting here, are you on my side or are you on her side? Or you just, yeah.
Very true. And I feel like the more money they have, the worse it gets.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's out of all the housewife shows, which one do you think is maybe the most tolerable?
Let's see, at this point, maybe because I didn't watch the very first season of Potomac.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All the rest of them, I'm just like, it's recycled drama.
Yeah.
Some of them I've been watching on the screen for like 8+ years. And it's like, okay, you haven't changed. You haven't done anything. You're just the same. You have more money in your bank account.
Right.
That's it. But still stupid, immature, childish.
Which one's the least tolerable? And I think I know what you're going to say.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to be Atlanta. Yeah. And it's sad. Well, I mean, now that Potomac is on, it's not the only, like, majority black cast. But before Potomac came along, it was the only majority black cast. Yeah. And it's crazy because Atlanta is the most petty. Yeah. And the most catty. I mean, the other ones can be catty, but it's in a very different way. Yeah. So, I think my favorite is probably between Potomac and New York. Yeah. Orange County, honestly, is really out of habit because I've been watching it since the beginning. Yeah. But even that one, it's kind of gets annoying. Yeah. Especially with Lydia. Yeah. Yeah. And her rainbow mad because she didn't get into group text bullshit. Yeah. It's just like, but then there's classics like, the casserole from Vicky.
Yeah. And, she just needs to go. I know she never will, but just go. I've been over her for about 4 years now.
Vicky?
Yeah.
She's pretty much the whole Brooks thing kind of killed her. Yeah. Because that's the only really storyline she had. Is you kind of forget what was her storyline before that. Yeah. And it was definitely more home life based.
Right.
And then when Brooks came along, it got to be more just her relationship and only her relationship. Nothing else really mattered.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, OC in general was better towards the first half.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it got to be where it was the same as all the other ones.
Yeah.
But I like Potomac and New York.
Mm-hmm.
New York, too, because they're kind of really the only ones that work.
Yeah.
For the most part, like you know what Bethany does, you know what Jill Zarin was doing. R.I.P. Bobby. They're more work based, I guess.
Yeah.
The only person that really does is Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on to oh my God, Catfish. Did you see it? It was another twist. It wasn't so far nothing has topped the first episode.
Of course, yeah.
In this season.
Yeah.
So you have this guy. I need to start remembering their names. He was talking to this girl for like 2.5 years. They were supposed to meet up. They never did. They were pretty local. And they do their investigation.
Right.
They had 2 numbers or 2 Facebook pages associated with one number. Right. Or no, the guy gave them 2 numbers. They investigated 2 numbers. But one number came up to a guy. They reached out to a mutual friend. The mutual friend that guy is the mutual friend between the girl and her. Excuse me. And he's gay and petty. So she wouldn't put it past him that he would catfish somebody. So they call him. He like, it wasn't me. I don't want no drama. I don't want no problems. I don't want to be a part of this and blah, blah, blah. So they call the catfish and say, hey, Neve and Max, we want to meet you. She said, okay, cool. Meet me here. And it wound up being her. But that's not where the I gotcha was. The I gotcha was is like they meet up, they talk. The next day, Neve, Max, her, and him, they're all at the table. And he's just acting really weird. Yeah. Like on his phone, not paying attention to her, giving one-worded answers. Just, he's like, hold on, walks and answers the phone. And Neve was like, are we doing something? Like, why is she, do you think it's awkward? She's like, yeah. Why did this fool have a fiance?
Of course.
He's like, I wasn't honest with you. Which has happened in every single episode so far. I have a fiance. Like, really? Yeah. So when she finds out, she, in a classy way, put him in his place. Like, you wasted my time. Like, I could have been doing something else. You come all the way out here to meet me, have lunch with me, and you have a fiance? He was like, well, I just want to see if I still have feelings for my fiance or whatever, and I just want to see if I would like you more than her.
Of course.
But emotionally, you already liked her more than your girlfriend, fiance. So now when you look at her face and she's the actual pictures that there are, how is it? I don't understand why it's like, oh, well, I still like my fiance more.
I mean, I would hope he loved his fiance more. No, he probably was. He's not married. So he's just, in his mind, just fishing for final offers. I mean, I feel sorry for her, but all these all these victims of catfishing, I don't really feel too bad for them anymore, because I feel like after 3 months
right,
on talking online or just by phone or whatever, if we haven't set up a date or a time to meet and it has not happened, then I'm just going to use my common sense and assume that there's something that you are hiding. Right. So he didn't waste your time. You wasted your time.
Yeah, this is true.
You know.
But then it wound up being the catfisher turned into the catfishee. Because he was trying to meet her and had a hard time meeting her. Right. But all the while, he had a fiance. Yeah. So it's like, anyway, they went.
Yeah, y'all are. Oh wow.
It's just a waste. Everybody wasted their own time.
Yeah.
With that. So when they meet with them 2 months later, he broke up with his fiance. Mm-hmm. He called the wedding off, which Neve kind of told him while they were still together, like, you're not ready to get married if you ask somebody, got down on your knee and ask somebody to marry you, but you're still talking and say that you love somebody else.
Right.
On the internet.
Yeah.
That you never met in person. So he did say he called off the wedding or whatever, and she was on her thing, and he was on his own thing, and that was that.
Well, that's good. Just, I don't know.
I'd rather him call it off than to continue going with that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine, like, you had no clue about it, and then someone hits you up like, your fiance was on Catfish?
Right. So it was like he had to do something before it got found out. So, yeah. Yeah. That's why, the whole talking to somebody online for a year, 2 years, like.
Especially this day and age. Especially since Catfish is, like, in its, 5th, 6th season? Yeah. You heard the term catfishing for quite some time. So, most of them is just somebody just messing around. I was surprised that it was actually the person so soon in... Well, no, the crazy girl from last week that was just running around and stuff, that was actually him.
Ah, yes.
But she was awkward.
Yeah, right. Very awkward. Yeah. I just say do your research next time.
Yeah, do your research.
Right. Or, I mean, sometimes you don't even got to do your research. If we live in the same town and it's taking more than 2 or 3 times for us to try to meet up, then you might not get your direct answer of what's wrong or why ain't it happening, but there's something that he's hiding or she's hiding. So, at that point, that's when you just need to say, you know what? I'm just going to cut my losses.
Right.
So
I think people get so attached to something that it's really a fantasy because you don't know what this person truly looks like. Right. You maybe talk to them on the phone, but you don't know if that's actually the person. So you have this fantasy of what could be.
Right.
But that's just a person over the phone. How many times we've met somebody over the phone? That actually happened to me on that recent date with the guy.
Yeah.
Where everything was cool on the phone, but when you meet in person, it's like, you ain't shit. Like, you're not asking me any questions. You're not asking me about myself. Like, where was the person I was, like, texting?
Right.
Or talking to?
Yeah.
So, it's totally different when you actually physically have someone in front of you or talking on the phone, at least. Mm-hmm. Some of these, so far this season, actually never talked on the actual phone.
Yeah, a lot of them do. I'm like, okay.
But they fall in love?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't understand. Anywho, still entertaining. Yeah. And, of course, Neve and Max wore their Black Lives Matter shirts. Mm-hmm. As they always do. Nothing surprising there.
Right.
And moving on to Wednesday. So a lot comes on Wednesday. We have Black Ink Crew that comes on Wednesdays. I don't understand why Donna wants to fight everybody. Everybody. She's had the most fights this season so far.
Yeah. She's a lot. Mm-hmm. I remember somebody had said it like her very first season. They're like, wherever Donna goes, somehow drama and trouble just follows her. And yeah, because like 3-4 seasons later, here we are. Every single situation, there's something. And
it went from her ex-husband's sister to
her roommate.
Her old roommate from Help Me Howard. Then the new manager, she got in a fight with her.
Yeah.
More than one. She got in 1, 2, 3 with one person.
I wonder, does VH1 give them a bonus check if they start a fight?
Of course.
So she's like, I've got to make my money.
Or they have their own secret bet, like, somebody try to get down in the fight again, you get a $10,000 bonus.
Right.
Ever since I saw Unreal, I can't really get that out of my mind. That's like how they get people to fight and all that kind of stuff. And I don't understand why somebody likes to fight so much. Yeah. Or who's open to fighting so much. It doesn't make sense to me. So, I don't know. I mean, Sky has been the only person that fought off the show. Yeah. When Ra Ali came for her on that red carpet. Mm-hmm. But then, she couldn't. She should have just stayed away. I don't even know why she went for a hug. But it's neither here nor there.
Right. Right.
But Walt made me laugh, as usual.
Right. He's always a comedic relief.
Yes. They went and had a housewarming party, which I don't know why they had a housewarming party, only because Donna moved in to Jada Blue's house. I don't see what that qualifies as a house party. Right. A housewarming party. And then walks down the street with this plant, like, I'm going to the party. Like, with a plant in his hand. And Donna pretty much fucks Jada Blue, knowing that A, she has a boyfriend. Oh. And B, Walt likes her. And gone on dates and stuff at the actual party.
I mean, we know that Donna does not care. I think Donna would fuck her mama's man, truthfully. Like,
she just said her pussy's made of gold. Apparently, she feel like she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I mean, she's already been with everybody in the shop, I think. Maybe except for Walt. No, maybe except for C's.
Yeah, I don't think she's been with him.
Yeah. And he's made it clear that's a hell no. But, yeah, so I think she's just kind of like, I'm an open book. Whatever comes my way, I'll take it. And, I mean...
Sounds so wrong.
I hope, you're taking yourself to the clinic as well.
Right. Because you can't get stuff from women, too. Just FYI.
But, yeah, that's...
So foul, though.
I mean, Walt knows now. Like, okay, well, they live together, so at least now, at the housewarming party, this is what could go down every time she go home. Which is fucked up, but...
I mean, it's like, you already got a man. Like, you mind your own business. Yeah. And you know that Walt has been going on dates with her. Yeah. He really likes her or whatever. And you're like, I don't give a fuck. I want my tongue somewhere. That's like so rude. Right. But Sky's been so adamant about going back to Atlanta. Yeah. I guess, now that she has like a house and stuff. Yeah. I don't know who actually paid for it, if it's VH1 or her. But now that she has a house, she's so, I'm going to go back to Atlanta and deal with over there and be in my mansion and stuff. And like, kind of act a little different now. Right. Because before, all you could do was just be at 113th. Right. Now, you don't want to even step foot in the state of New York.
Yeah, she's done with.
I don't know. If I were her, I would try to get C's to open this shop in Texas, try to be closer to my kids.
Yeah. Assuming the oldest one don't.
Well, according to the last episode, the oldest one still don't want anything to do with her. So. Yeah. Which I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I don't think she needs to tell the viewers anything else about that situation. But I do think she probably has not been 100% truthful, and she needs to just sit her son down and really talk to him with no cameras, no going on social media, telling us what happened. I think she just needs to just have an honest...
I kind of wish she would have done all of that off camera from the beginning. Yeah. I feel like it's a very sensitive subject. And not only does she have to hear the opinions of her kids, but she's put the opinions of everybody else into it too. Yeah. So just because you put a picture up on Instagram and you turn the comments off doesn't mean that people don't have their opinions about whatever's going on with the kids. Yeah. So I feel like she should have done that off camera. Yeah. Because, I mean, and then watching it, the full interview, like, he didn't seem like he was there. Like, he didn't seem like he did the interview, like, really to bash her. He seemed like he was really hurt. Because even though he was like, I don't need her for anything, but, I mean, I still love her, and I'd want to have a relationship with her. And so, like, from what we saw on Black Ink, the interview was not that bad. Like, you could clearly see, like, okay, he's just hurting, and it's up for you, to you now to try to fix it. Whatever's true, whatever isn't true, you just gotta. Yeah, and being that he's 19, probably gonna be 20 this year. Yeah. He's definitely gonna be more opinionated about how he feels or what he says than if she would have did this, 3-4 years ago when she first wanted to try to meet them. Right. And then her waiting so long, then his biological dad came in the mix. Yeah. So it's like you kind of stalled and then somebody else got involved before you got involved. And while you're stalling, he's seeing you on TV. Yeah. And her ass was all out on this episode with this lingerie soiree housewarming party. Yeah, which that was honestly what he was the most kind of like, I don't like seeing my mom on TV just naked and fighting all the time. Like, which, I mean, that's your mom. And he's a boy, so he automatically has that. So, yeah, I think hopefully they can fix it. I think give them some time. I mean, something like this, you only can just let time pass. Like, you can't do anything else about it. She's just going to have to consistently prove to them, especially Genesis, the oldest one. Yeah. Like, I really, really want to make sure that we have a relationship and a good relationship. Right. And just let him be honest and say whatever he needs to say and just take accountability for anything that you have done. Right. Because ultimately when you're a child and you have a problem with your parents, it's not that you have a problem of what they did sometimes. It's a problem that they won't take accountability for what they did or they don't want to apologize for what they did. Yeah. So that's usually what the issue is when it comes to a feud between a parent and a child. Right. So she can be completely honest about everything, which she will only do off camera. Yeah. She needs to do that. If she can make an agreement, like, I'm not going to bring you up on the show anymore, then that's what she needs to do. I mean, she's still getting checks regardless. Right. Yep. So just do that. I mean, that would be what I would do. Yeah. If I was in the same situation, But anyway, next episode they're going to not North Korea, Jesus. South Korea, because they're looking for Young Bae's mom. She hasn't been like returning calls. It's like really sad. Yeah. But this last episode of Miami, Love and Hip Hop Miami was, first of all, I was very disappointed. Yeah. Because Gunplay nor Trick Daddy was in this episode at all. No. Yeah, it was like really boring. There was no comedic relief in this episode. Yeah. The only comedic relief I got was the way Bobby kind of walked into Prince's party. He was like... And then, on the app, it has, like, them watching. He was like, yeah, look at me sashay into them. And then he did the little... Right. Like, that part was, like, pretty funny. Right. But it was just an episode of cattiness. Yeah. Just between... It's still Love and Hip Hop, nonetheless. Yeah. Very true. But I guess Miami was a mix of bullshit, and then you have more serious conversations as far as like colorism in the Latino community. That's like, okay. I mean, yes, there's some cattiness in there because Veronica and the blue hair girl,
yeah,
had issues, and JoJo told Amanda what they were saying at Blue Girl's event.
Right.
I really am not trying to be rude. I just don't remember her name.
Yeah.
I think her name is like Stephanie or something like that.
Sophia? No. Something with an S. Or Veronica? No,
Veronica's the blonde one.
Oh, yeah.
I just call her S.
Yeah.
So, JoJo told Amanda what S and Veronica and Young Hollywood said, and they tried to say that they understood, but they really didn't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they wanted to console her. I feel S was more compassionate about it than Veronica.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with Veronica, but out of the whole cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami, I feel like she's the most overly dramatic.
Yeah.
She gets bleeped the most. She's really quick to call people bitches and ungrateful, and it's like...
I think it's extra. I think she's extra. I think it's an act.
Yeah, it definitely is, yeah.
I think it's, okay, I have to make an impression on this show, so...
Yeah, I feel like she's came into it like, I'm about to show them, and that I'm just going to stay on here forever, and it's like, we can really tell that you're doing a little bit too much.
For no reason.
Yeah, she's like, you can tell it's an act. Like, some of the other people, like, you don't really know for sure, because even the ones in New York, like Bianca and them, you can kind of tell they would do that without cameras.
Right.
But her, it just feels like she gets in people's face really quickly.
For what?
I don't know what her issue is. You a bitch.
Right.
And it's like, and this girl JoJo, she was in her interview. I was like, looking at her, I said, I feel like this is the type of girl who is like, okay, I got you, bitch.
Yeah. And
she would just run up on you or do something.
Like Rachel. Ryan's girlfriend.
Ah, yes. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I feel like JoJo's not really the type to fuck with. Yeah. I feel like she's comes from money and all that, but the way her dad was rolling up in that event, I said, ooh, this is the whole family I don't want to fuck with. I just feel like something's bad's going to happen. Right. I'm not trying to indicate them into doing anything, but they just seem like the family you don't want to fuck with. They got way too much money to sit here and let anybody disrespect them for no reason. Mm-hmm. And she even told, she was like, I'm a millionaire. Like, and this Veronica chick needs to go. It's way too much, but Trick Daddy wasn't in there. But I follow on social media, so on Instagram, so it's pretty funny to
still get your laughs.
Yes. Especially that video where he was praising his collard greens and mac and cheese. Oh my God. Oh, bless today. Was it Sunday or something like that? That was pretty funny. But Bobby Lights went fucking bananas when he caught his boyfriend and his ex-boyfriend together at Prince's party. And he slapped his boyfriend.
Rightfully.
Yeah. He said, you don't care. You don't care.
Bam. Mm-hmm.
And they got in a fight. So, and I could just imagine if his boyfriend had hair, he'd be pulling it. I feel like he didn't have anything to grab, so he just went for the slap. But if he had hair, he would have went for it, like grabbing it and stuff. So I just feel like if you're going to cheat, and I'm not condoning it, I don't believe in it. But if you're going to cheat with your ex-boyfriend on your current boyfriend, the last thing you want to do, and that's anybody in a relationship, the last thing you want to do is put evidence on social media. Yeah.
Unless you just really don't care. You're
that
really
part.
Sloppy. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, that part, that just didn't make any sense at all. Because Bobby sashayed his ass up there and, got it in real quick. Yeah. But on the next episode, he's apologizing. I would just, left the whole situation alone. But that's me. Yeah. Because then you're disrespecting me on social media. Right. And in our relationship. So I wouldn't want you back. And I put my hands on you? No. Yeah. I don't need to be a part of this whatsoever. Yeah.
You could press charges.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer Williams status real quick. Right. And the last thing is, Shay had a talk with P, or Pleasure, whatever the fuck. Right. And it's crazy because she keeps saying how these men aren't there for them or don't, protect them.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. And it's like, if you say that about 2 boyfriends in a row, what does that tell you about the men that you're choosing? Yeah. And why didn't you see this before?
Yeah.
Why are you ride or die, but he's not?
Yeah.
It's like, you're doing too much. And in the next episode, why did she meet up with Scrappy?
Of course.
And he's pretty much saying that they want to be friends. Mm-hmm. He wants to be friends with them. He apologized for what he did to her.
Took long enough, but okay.
Yeah, but my thing is, currently right now he's married to Bambi. Yeah. How would she feel that he met up with her and said he wants to be friends still? And he said that he is still he had been contacting her this whole time.
I don't know if that's still to this day. I think when they filmed that was before they had officially got married or got back together, when they had that break or whatever. Because I remember when he did say he was moving to Miami. I don't know. Makes you wonder if it's part of a storyline, if it's real.
Well, yeah. That part you never really know.
And I think that's what's getting real irritating. It's like watching, shit's real annoying. But this shit probably ain't even real. So I'm probably wasting annoyance nerves for nothing. And...
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a given with any reality TV show. I mean... The most you can do is, if it were real in your life, then how would you handle it? And that's pretty much the basis of this show. Right. It's not to say, it's real or not, but ultimately, if you were dealing with a shade type of situation in your own personal, real life, not planted by producers in a show, then you have to be careful about how you choose your boyfriend or your girlfriends or your friends. When it comes to Amada and Veronica and them.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for Shay. Because it seems like both Scrappy and Pleasure, she really does.
Oh, yeah.
Did and does care about them. And she just keeps getting dogged out. Even I know with the whole Scrappy situation, she got a bad rep for that. But it was if you remember the episodes, he fully led her on to believe that he was single. She wasn't oh, Erica ain't around, well, I could be a better woman. She was even I just want to make sure that you and your baby mama is done because I don't want that drama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we done. And sure enough,
proposed
he
to
lied
her,
to her and then,
on national TV while she's backstage looking at the TV.
Yeah. And, yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be able to be friends again with that person.
Yeah.
Or want to talk to that person.
Yeah. Because I would thank you for the apology, Have a nice day. No hard feelings, son. But I'm going to be over here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing but to be about angry or but I mean, if you want to apologize, I'm willing to have maybe the one conversation after all these years, which I've done before myself. It's been years and years after a horrible ending, and I did get that apology. But something like that where you're embarrassed on national TV, it's I wouldn't want to. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to be friends with you. Yeah, because he even asks do you want to, she's like, do I have your blessing on my relationship? He was like, oh, you're in a relationship? He was like, no. I don't think I would be comfortable with you being in that. So it's what do you want to be friends with me for? Yeah. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah. I really want her to have better for herself. Yeah. And just be that person that was you know what? I don't deserve this. Much earlier than you see your boyfriend getting fed ice cream by some girl that you don't even know, and then you find out later it's his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's blaming her for her actions, he was like, well, she said she was going to leave all this drama back in Atlanta. It was like, well, you are completely forgetting about what you did to her for her to even throw ice cream at somebody's face.
Yeah.
So she was just supposed to be there and not say anything because you're the man and you wanted her to not act a certain type of way.
Now
the fuck out of here.
Well, I don't know who to go to. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because people don't know how to break up if they're not happy. They just fuck other people.
Yeah. But it was like, but you claim you were happy. Until all of a sudden your ex-girlfriend just popped up.
Then he picked things that were a problem, quote unquote, for him to justify with him even having a conversation with Gabby.
Yeah.
And now he got 2 females telling him that he's full of shit. And he brought Prince up to Gabby, and then he brought up the violent tendencies to Shay. It's like everything is on y'all because y'all do crazy stuff. It doesn't matter if I was talking to the other person. It doesn't matter if I had a girlfriend. So, full of shit.
That's why your career never went anywhere.
Right. And he will really only be known for Pretty Ricky. I mean, I guess he'll do better being in a group and by himself. I think all of them are like that though, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But moving on, there was Married to Medicine.
Yes.
And since this episode has come out that Dr. Simone have filed divorce from Cecil.
So sad.
I know. I was really rooting for them to work it out. Because I feel like that was my favorite couple out of everyone on that show.
Yeah, but 21 years.
Yeah. 21. I think they made it to 22 by the time she filed.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, it's kind of sad. You don't want anybody to go through a divorce, especially when they're like one of the nicer couples. Right. So.
And I mean, and I don't advocate staying in a marriage that you really are unhappy with.
No.
However, I feel like if we've been married 22 years, I feel like, and my math might be off, but I feel like in a marriage especially, I mean, if people can be dating for 3 years, but be trying to work it out for 6, you can be married for 20 years and be like, you know what? Let's give this 2 years of us just getting to the bottom of what our issues are, seeing what we can do. Like, really, truly fight for your love, in the words of Sky a few seasons ago. Right. But I'm not going to say that they didn't try because, I mean, on the show it definitely looked like they gave their all. But, I mean, and I don't know what was going on behind closed doors. But I would have liked for maybe if they could have possibly gave it like another year, maybe.
But take baby steps.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it's that long of a marriage and there's some problems, obviously it took 21, 22 years for you to get to the point where you are. Right, to get to that.
Unless it's come out that where it was like, well, I ain't never been happy. I just stayed for the kids. If it wasn't anything like that, like, okay, give it some extra time. Like, I know they say everyone who's married, they've hit rough patches and stuff, but it's like, even people that have been married 40, 50 years, you think they probably didn't go through like a 2 or 3 year rough patch where it was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not married, never been married, so of course, you know, this is just outside looking in. And I'm not going to say y'all just gave up on your marriage, but I would have liked to see, maybe even if it meant like you had to walk away from the show next season. Like,
and just fully focus on them and not
give it, you know, because 21 years and y'all problems once again, just an outsider, y'all problems didn't look that bad. It wasn't Cecil going out with other men. It wasn't, or women. Ooh, yeah, even worse. You know, you going out, Simone, with other men, and
I think what they went through is more on the common side when it comes to people who have been married 15 plus years. I feel like one of her things is that he's never really vocal about how he feels towards her.
I mean, he wasn't checked out of the relationship like David from Orange County.
No, I definitely... He still wanted... And his issue was that he wanted to be around with Simone more because she was always working. Then they got the 2 separate houses, and like that was his issue was never because like he never wanted to really push her away. I feel, well, I mean, it's obvious because she filed for the divorce that it was more on her feelings than his. Yeah, but I would personally, if I were to get married, if we have been together for like 20 years and I just feel like I'm at my wit's end, I feel like we would have to start all over again to kind of see why we fell in love with each other in the first place. And that takes time. So maybe she just didn't want to, maybe she felt like she took all the time she needed. Right. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad, but yeah. I mean, on the last episode, it got to be where she was going to be the face of the app. Yeah. The kids something. I forget what the full name was. And it seemed like a very good idea. But even that was bittersweet because that's when he took that money from the account without discussing anything with her. So, and money is a huge thing when it comes to being in a relationship, whether you're married or not. If you live in one household and you have a joint account and all that, you know, taking $25,000 without telling anybody, it's a big ass deal.
It is. It really is.
So, I mean, there kind of been things that I don't know if it was like, well, I'm doing it because I know it's going somewhere where it's supposed to, but no woman wants to be left out of a serious conversation or a serious life-changing event from their husband and their decisions. Yeah. I wouldn't want that. No. That would probably piss me off for quite some time. Even if I understand why you did it, the fact that you felt comfortable enough to do it in the first place is going to bother me. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that can go into him not expressing how he really feels about her on a consistent basis. Yeah. And material things don't mean shit, y'all. Like, you buying a car, buying flowers, saying that you put a roof over your head and all that kind of shit that be Dr. G be saying, that don't really mean anything. Yeah. No. Because at all. At the end of the day, it's the person that you married, not their shit. I mean, well, for people who tend to marry for the better reasons. Right. That plays a huge part. But they went to Barbados, and Heavenly did the trip since she felt like Simone was going through her marital issues. And there was a crazy situation because Simone invited, what's his name?
Not Greg. Curtis.
Curtis, there we go. Simone invited Curtis, which blindsided Jackie because she was like expecting to go alone and just be with everybody else. And here comes Curtis. Now, since this is the first time in a group setting, you kind of see where his mindset is, just not on a one-on-one with Jackie. Yeah. He was very like, hey, I'm back with the group. Yeah. And not really remembering that you're kind of in the hot seat. So everybody, including Jackie, is going to kind of look at you like... Right. So Curtis grabbing Toya by the hips and sitting her in his lap wasn't the best move, even though everybody felt like it was a joke. Right. But Toya felt like it was inappropriate.
Yeah, that's the last thing you, of all people, should even be joking about.
Yeah. And so Toya had to sit Jackie to the side, like, how do you feel about that? Jackie was like, well, I trust you, so I didn't have a problem with it. I knew it was a joke.
Right.
But she's like, well, I want you to trust him. Like, ultimately, sidebar, she should have got up, though. Yeah. She shouldn't have let that linger. She just sat there and said, this is not cool, this is not cool. Well, you're still sitting on him. Like, get up.
Get your ass up.
Yeah, like, no. I mean, you can tell him face to face that wasn't cool. You don't still sit there and like, well, I wanted to make sure that he knew that it wasn't cool. I mean, if you still sitting there, that's not really helping. Right. But I understood where Toya was coming from. Yeah. And Jackie did make a good point as to why she didn't want to get upset. She's like, well, I've forgiven him. And I don't want to have to be to where everything he's doing, I'm looking at. Yeah. And it made sense. Because the last thing you want to do is get back together. But everything he's doing,
you still got issues with.
Yes. And sometimes that ruins the relationship later down the line. Because it's like, yes, I did something horrible. I understand I did something horrible, but you forgave me and we're working on it. We can't move forward if you're constantly asking me who, what, when, where, and asking to look at my phone. Then it's like, well, what was the point of it? So that was it from that. And pump rules or no pump rules?
Brittany's parent. I'm trying to remember what
Brittany's mom came in town.
Ah, yes.
There's a rumor about James.
We can. It's always good comedic.
It is. Because these white people
never should have gave them money.
Right? Never should have gave these West Hollywood people money. So we left off last episode with Kristen flying Brittany's mom in town. Her motive was because she wanted her mom to talk sense into Brittany to break up
like, girl, do you really think somebody's mom? Okay.
No, not at all. And so he did. And then at Peter's birthday party, what do you know? They also flew in her sister.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, Jack's like, what the fuck? Like, are you going to, is her dad going to show up? Is her grandma going to show up? Like, who else is coming?
The dog?
The dogs.
Oh, God.
Take the dogs and I'm leaving. So he winds up taking them out to dinner and trying to figure out why. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Me personally, if that was my daughter, I'm not going to sit at a dinner with you. Yeah. I don't need to be in this place of being cordial with you when you cheated on my daughter. Yeah. That moved all the way across the country to be with you. And the last thing you do is stick your dick somewhere else. Mm-hmm. I don't need to have dinner with you. I'm going to let you know how I feel. I'm going to stay in this hotel down the street because I'm not going to stay here. Right. This is still your place. And I'm going to let you know that you fucked up. Mm-hmm. So it was like she was telling him that he fucked up, but at the same time, she's like, well, I know you were a good person because you did.
You're a good person because you bought the cameras to our house and we got a nice little check too. So please don't fuck up again because we would like a season 2 so we can add another unit to the house.
At the farm.
Yeah.
In Kentucky. Yeah. She had the audacity to be like, okay, well, don't mess up. I said, yeah. This is why Brittany's so messed up in the first place. Yeah. And then he told Brittany's mom, like, I understand why Kristen flew out here. They cut to his interview. I don't understand why she flew you out here. And then when she's like, okay, well, we're going to hope that you do the right thing. And then his interview, Kristen, it didn't work. It's like,
oh my God.
It's like,
you just, okay.
He knows what to do or say to get everyone in his corner. And he's winning every single time. It has to be like the 5th or 6th time for him to do something before somebody's like, you know what? I'm literally going crazy and I can't deal with this anymore. and then they have to physically leave.
Yeah.
That happened to Carmen. That happened to Stassi. That happened to the blonde hair one that was in between before Brittany. So at least 3 girls on camera before Brittany, to where they were like, I have to get out of this situation.
It's too much.
That's a lot. It's only been like 6 seasons of Vanderpump. Yeah. So
and you're barely on what, your 2nd season?
Brittany?
Yeah.
I want to say technically it's her 3rd.
Yeah, she came towards the end of.
Yeah, and then the next season she was in Katie's wedding, and then this season. So it's like you already make pretty good money by yourself, because apparently you made $500 some in tips in one day. You can go on your own, at least find some other roommate on Craigslist, something.
Right. You
don't have to be with him. And because you use your mom as an example, which is a horrible example because she's been married 4 times. I just, my mom's been married 4 times. I just want to be with one person. You can be with one person, but it don't have to be this one.
Dumbass.
It's like, that's why I can never really get mad at Jax. Because he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
I think he's just learned to find people more stupid.
Yeah.
And I think Brittany is the perfect person.
And that's why he only deals with... More
gullible, from a small-ass town.
Right.
Has no basic common sense. She don't really know anyone out in California that's really outside of his circle.
True.
She doesn't have really anything going for her without him.
It's true.
So, yeah. He has got the mental abuse locked down.
You know what? I have no rebuttal to that. Because it's true. This is a form of mental abuse, to where for a huge example, the video recording. Yeah. I mean, the audio recording. The fact that he said that he wasn't attracted to you.
After you got breast implants that
he wanted.
Really, really enforced.
He wasn't attracted to you anymore. He did not want to have kids with you, nor did he want to marry you. The fact that wasn't enough.
And he's a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not even like he's this young, dumb,
and she's like 20. I think she just turned 25.
Yeah, he hit. Yeah.
Yeah. He's never. Anybody he's dated is at least 10 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And he's at type where if he's 60, he needs to date somebody that's in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
Because he can't take anybody his age, because they're much more mature.
Yeah.
In their decision making. So, but the fact that she heard all of that and still was like, well, I want to work things out. It's like, what? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, you have no self-esteem. You have no
sense of identity.
Yeah. It's like your purpose is just to make him happy, when it's supposed to be an equal thing. So, I don't know. This whole Britney situation's like, it's getting old. It's sad.
Yeah.
But it's like, what can you do? Mm-hmm. If it were a real life situation with what I was going through with my friends. But the funny thing is that James thinks that everyone wants to fuck him. Everybody wants to fuck him.
All right.
He said,
James Kennedy.
He said, well, I am James Kennedy.
Okay.
And because there was a rumor, Logan, his best friend, told, out of all people, Brittany's sister, that he was upset with James. And she was like, well, why are you so upset? He's like, because we're fucking. Oh. And I was like, there are some people on social media said, well, I don't think he's gay, but I feel like he's got a...
something.
BJ or something.
Right, something is
transpired. Yeah. And now it's going to turn into this whole thing. Apparently he told Raquel, his girlfriend. And she...
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want you cheating on me. Or, I mean...
Well, he said that, well, it seems like ever since I've been with you, it seems like everybody wants to have sex with James Kennedy. And that's when he was like, well, they do. She was like, no. He was like, I'm James Kennedy. Like, what the fuck? And so
Brittany needs to love herself like James Kennedy does.
You know what? She would have so much better just decision making in her life. Like, I don't need you. I don't need you. I'm Brittany.
Right.
And I can find any man that I want. And it ain't going to be you. And now I'm in California. I got this nice job.
And
I get money from these shows. And these dogs are mine. I'm going to go and get my own place out here in West Hollywood. Some shit.
It just doesn't sound as powerful as James.
No.
English accent.
No, not at all.
But yeah.
That was more like a yeah.
Yeah, right.
James Kennedy is like, well, excuse me. I didn't know that about you.
Right.
But yeah, he is really upset because he says it's not true.
Of course.
Of course, Jax told him because Brittany's sister told Jax. And what was the first thing that Jax did? Laugh.
Of course.
Because they're still frenemies. Like, they're not best friends, even though they still went out. So, they met Guillermo at some boxing club, the guys, and that's how that he found out that happened. And, you know, of course, Jax is, like, really in it. Like, well, you know, I don't judge. You just do what you want to do.
Right. Because we haven't forgot about your gay rumor 2-3 years ago in Miami. Oh, my God,
right?
We remember.
Never forget.
Right. We remember your roommate.
Right. So now that somebody else is doing it.
Right.
He's like, ooh, I got some. This is like good classic Jax.
Right.
He gets information and he just spews it to the world. Didn't pull him off to the side. He said it in front of all the other guys. So
I guess they do that to each other. I don't know how that video got out. I actually stole the video. Like, okay. Y'all just screwing each other over behind each other's backs.
That's cool. Time.
And then they smile in each other's faces.
And they remain friends. Like, this is the craziest thing.
As long as we have that understanding that I'm going to come for you whenever I can, we're good.
The only people I feel who should never have been friends again was Kristen and Stassi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Kristen and Sandoval and Jax.
Yeah.
Those are like the two friendships that I feel should have never happened
again. No.
I'm like, go away from me with this. I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
You fucked my girlfriend while we were together.
On my couch. While I was in the room passed out.
While the TV was on. What is up with Jax fucking people while the TV's on in somebody's house when someone else is there? He's scared of the dark. He needs a nightlight. He does, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jax is the type of person to have sex in the bathroom somewhere or just really nasty. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an STD too in his life.
Oh, or 4 or 5.
Yeah, you gotta check yourself for that one. And I wouldn't even want to fuck somebody who just fucked somebody else, Brittany. He was like, what? What do you mean? We've been having more sex now than we did before.
And the truth comes out.
That's what he told Sandoval.
This is the happiest we've been. I should have cheated on her and let it come out months ago.
Oh, my God. I will say this is the fastest that he's been truthful.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to give him any credit, you can give him that credit. It didn't take him a billion years to 2 seasons to tell the truth.
Right.
Because he tried to tell Schwartz, you know, it's much easier if you just let it out. Because he knows that they're going to stay around.
I think he's starting to learn that fucked up philosophy of like, well, if I'm truthful, everything is just good. No, you can still be a dick that needs your dick cut off. Oh, shit.
But he's never had his dick cut off, so that's why he thinks that's the way to go. Because these women, he knows what he's doing. Yeah.
And I think he's just found the perfect victim.
Victim. Mm-hmm. It is a victim.
So how long you been his victim? Not his girlfriend, his victim.
For like 2 years. That's crazy. It's just...
And any fucking girls at Sir.
It's never anyone else. It's always somebody that
is the most
is
I
in
don't
the group.
Give a fuck thing.
Yeah. It's like you can't even go. You're that lazy to where you're fuck the hostess,
right?
Or
well, who knows? There might be a few other ones that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just
they were like, I will not be that girl,
right?
To get exposed on this TV show about
a few other ones that nobody know about.
Yeah,
so it's like okay,
I'm pretty sure that he's fucked at least 6 to 7 girls.
Yeah,
that are still currently working there, not including people who are no longer there,
right?
Or transferred to one of the other restaurants. And that's so disgusting. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't even get randoms out. You get them in the same place. Like,
yeah.
It's like the same as that lazy catfish.
Right.
Hot boy with abs.
Oh.
Like, this is what you do. Okay. All right, Daisy. Sheena keeps bringing up the whole situation.
Oh God, can she jump already?
Jump.
Because I thought last season she ate a sandwich and it was over with.
Oh, last episode?
Yeah.
No. She brought it up again.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I think she brought it up to Ariana. She's like, I don't know why. It's Sheena. Never mind. You never know why. She's still annoying as all fuck.
Oh, my God.
And she tried to tell Katie off, and Lala wasn't having it. She was like, I'm tired of you guys arguing about this shit. We're women. I just want power of the pussies.
Girl, okay.
She went a little bit too far.
Right. But
that was her version of female empowerment.
I was like, can y'all both just shut the fuck up? You got a husband that cheat on you. You got a man that cheat on you, but you're in denial. So I don't understand. So my man might be cheating on me, but I'm on a jet, chilling. So
true. Who's winning, bitch?
So who's really winning? Because that's how you shut everybody up. Well, my man might be cheating on me. I don't know, but I'm on a jet.
Were you? In a Toyota Camry or whatever the fuck they drive.
In an Uber.
It's funny because for the first time, and give a round of applause to Schwartz for defending Katie.
I have to see. Oh,
because Sheena and Katie were fighting, and and then Schwartz come in. I'm pretty sure he was tanked.
Yeah,
he's like,
I thought he was. Never mind. He's not even about to ask.
What?
I thought he was supposed to be drinking, but never mind.
Apparently, she gave in, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah, because she's trying to be a better wife.
Another alcoholic.
They're codependent.
Right.
You need Tequila Katie and what would Schwartz be?
I don't know.
Slippin' Schwartz or...
Right.
I have to figure that one out. He was like... shut the fuck up, Sheena. You're so fake. You're like a fake Kim Kardashian. All you do is take selfies.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what?
And someone did put like pictures of Kim Kardashian, Sheena, and it's kind of true. Like,
right.
Some of the same outfits and haircuts that Kim.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All you do is take selfies. It's like, wait, first of all, why do you know that she...
Right. Are you stalking my Instagram? What are you really doing? The plot thickens.
And he was like, he said something about her, and she's like, you can't even go out without making out with other girls.
See, they gonna learn. They're gonna learn to just know when to shut the fuck up.
That was pretty good.
Like,
and he was looking like,
it was one time. What do you know? I just went out tonight. Didn't kiss anybody. Ha!
Progress.
You thought.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, dang, that was pretty good with Sheena.
Wow.
But everything else still irritates me about her.
Yeah.
Because she just keeps talking about it and being sad about it. And it's like, what happened to the person that didn't give a shit? You gave less of a shit when it came to Brandy's ex-husband than now.
You gave less of a shit when it came to your husband and his drug addiction. You was not going to let your husband's sobriety get in the way of your life. Now you hear a rumor of your boyfriend kissing a girl, and it's just got you just losing weight and just can't eat, can't sleep. What the fuck?
I think she's doing that because she believes it happened, and that's what she's so upset about.
It really happened. Okay. Right, because you are just in way too much, like, you just really trying to show the world that, like, I've moved on, I've upgraded my lifestyle, I'm living the ultimate Caucasian life, and, yeah, it's looking a little ethnic over there.
A little urban. Goddamn Joanne voice.
It's looking a little ethnic over there.
Wait, what was it about the hot dog water? Eating your ramen noodles and hot dog water
on your air mattress. Right.
Yeah, she's just ridiculous. But there wasn't really much else from that episode. It's not as funny as, James Kennedy in his previous interviews.
Oh, yeah. But
next episode, he's
always get a laugh.
He's crying. He doesn't cry very often. So.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Well, on the show, at least.
Right.
He might cry at night. After the cameras go away.
Oh, my God.
He's going to cry in his BMW when he gets in the car. Maybe.
Still can't trade it in for a newer one.
I know. He was talking so much shit about that damn BMW a couple seasons ago.
Was
it's
like his highlight.
First of all, it's only a 3 series, and it looks like it's a 2013. Like, used and abused. And you're over talking about, yeah, I got a BMW, bitch. Like, what do you have? A newer car than you? Like, oh, you can't at least got a 5 series. Spruce it up a little bit.
Taking selfies and stuff of his car.
Yeah, you can
I'm cooler than Tom and my car. Like, what?
I'm too sexy for my BMW. Too sexy for my That's what he said.
He did.
Maybe his BMW wants to fuck him too. I don't know. He said everyone wants to fuck him. And it's like, really? You're like really skinny. Yeah, I mean, he's funny, but...
Right. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But, last but not least...
Last but not least?
Yeah. Roa.
So
they had...
Those good women.
Yeah. They had an introduction of Eva.
Yes.
Eva Marcel, formerly known as Eva Pickford. For you guys that don't know, she was a winner of America's Next Top Model season... 2? I was going to say 3. But it was one of the earlier seasons.
Yes.
One of my favorite seasons with Takara and,
Very good season.
Mm-hmm. Was Ebony in that season?
No, I think she
Or the season before. Bald hair Ebony? There's more than one Ebony. I'm talking about the tall, dark, shaven one.
Oh, is that the one from the meme? It was like when you crying?
Yes, her. Yes.
I want to say it was either 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could pop.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, but it was definitely one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Definitely one of my favorites because I was watching that in fucking high school.
Yeah.
That's when it started. So we're talking 2000? 2001?
2? Maybe 2003.
Yeah. It's been around for a long. Now it's in 20-some cycle.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's been through a lot of women.
Yeah.
And men. They did, co-ed after a while. But she looks gorgeous.
Yes, as always.
Very pretty. She gets introduced to the show by Nene, which is... They said they met through their glam squad.
Yeah.
I know... Terry is her cousin, and I think Terry does her Nene's makeup a lot. So I think that's what happened. But she had plenty of tea on their very first appearance about Will, who is the person Cynthia's dating.
Yeah.
Apparently, when she was out campaigning for her boyfriend at the time, because he was running for mayor of Atlanta, they met Will. And he was with some girl. He introduced her as his girlfriend. Now he told Cynthia that he was single for 2.5 years.
Right.
And that, he's not seeing anyone else.
Right.
And things of that nature. He failed to tell her that he actually did have somebody on his arm a couple months ago. And he got caught in a lie because Kenya had pulled him off to the side.
Yeah.
She was like, well, Eva saying that you were with someone like a couple months ago. Is that true? He said no. But then when Eva came and talked to him because he had asked for her, she's like, did you or did you not have anybody on your arm that night? He said, yeah. He's like, were you dating her? Yes. So you told Cynthia and Kenya
wow,
that you were not seeing anybody, but now you're saying that you did.
You just can't give nobody the benefit of the doubt.
No. And apparently Portia has something to say, but that's going to be on... It was to be continued for the next episode. And as far as I saw, Kenya never apologized to Cynthia for being a bitch in Houston. Not. She just acted like... I kind of maybe have pinpointed what the issue is with Kenya. I know we already talked about it, like her...
Yeah.
She's very... My man likes to work out. So she bought this almost $7,000 gym equipment for her house in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He says that he doesn't want to move to Atlanta, but she doesn't want to move to New York because she feels like having kids in Atlanta is better than having kids in New York. Mm-hmm. And she's hoping that he will just move.
Gym equipment would bring him there?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like every time she wants something, she feels like she has to do something for him.
But it's like,
and she gonna get kids in return.
I mean, when y'all met, he was in New York, and obviously he knew that you lived in Atlanta. Shouldn't, before a marriage happen, a discussion about where we gonna live?
Apparently they did. He said he wasn't going to move from New York. But she's hoping he would change his mind.
So she just said, okay, that's cool, after I do. So look, I really don't want to go to New York. You know what? Okay. I'm not surprised by that. And he probably said he hate women whose name starts with a K. And she said, well, I'm going to change mine to start with a C. So, Senya Moore.
Senya Moore.
She was going to say or not say whatever she had to do to get that ring.
I feel like she's really forcing it.
Yeah. I mean, look, Walter, Matt, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And she just kind of learned how to, like, tune it in or, you know, tune it back a little bit to actually lure this one. Right. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, because who mentioned that they felt like she was nicer, but the whole Houston... Yeah, but the whole Houston thing was like, oh, there's old Cynthia. Yeah. And the fact that you're saying that your husband's the reason why that you change, I don't feel like people change because of someone else. I feel like people change because they want to be a better person. Right. She said that she's a better person because, like, the way she worded it is like, so you're giving credit to your husband for putting you in your place of your actions. That's what it sounds like to me. Not, he's a very nice, gentle man, and I'm just trying to learn things from him. Yeah. That's different. Mm-hmm. And so it just seems like she's always trying to do all this extra shit so she can get what she wants in return, which is staying in Atlanta and kids. And he's like, nah, I want to be in New York. And it's sad.
Yeah, because it's like y'all are newlyweds. So it's like, what? Do y'all meet up and go on vacation together? Like,
I mean, they just went to Egypt recently for her birthday.
I saw, but it's like y'all are I don't know. I mean.
And then when they were at the gym place, she was with like a friend of hers that wasn't a housewife because she felt like she didn't want to be around anyone, not even Cynthia. And she was like, you know, it's just been so much. It's just so busy. You know, I have to cook and clean and
for yourself, because he still ain't there.
Wait till you finish hearing this. She's like, I gotta, you know, walk the dogs, and then I have to walk him, and then feed the dogs and feed him. She's like, what happens when we have a kid? It's just gonna get more chaotic. And the lady, she had this face like, get a nanny? Like, she was like, well, he doesn't want a nanny. He's an alpha male. Okay. Who that sound like? Who does that sound like?
We're not able to say that person's name on there. I don't think, unless we're thinking of two different people.
No. No, a previous husband on Housewives.
Cordell? Yes.
Because when Portia and him were having a conversation, she said, well, I'll just get a nanny. He was like, we're not getting a nanny.
We don't do that. I remember.
So, you don't want to have a nanny?
But what's so hectic about her life? From everything that she has told, from what she's just listed, you get up, you walk the dogs and you feed them. You might have took a little break from that because of Velvet. But
Velvet! Velvet!
But okay. And then you clean the house. You the only one that's living there. So I mean, how dirty can you really get the house? I don't know. You cooking. You're cooking 3 meals for yourself. Like, you haven't said anything that's really like, oh my God.
Right?
I really need the help.
Even I was listening to her
it don't sound like you leave the house.
No.
Or your street.
Or that moat.
So what do you need help with?
I was listening to it. I'm like, are you really talking about these very simple things? Bitch, I wish all I had to do was walk the dogs.
Like, it don't sound. That's why I'm like, maybe Bravo was being petty and edited out some real important tasks, but...
She's like, she said, it takes a lot of work to be in a marriage. It's like, bitch, you just got married. Like, what did you do? I mean, getting on the plane to go see your husband?
Right, because that's probably the most work, because y'all don't even live together.
Nope. And he's telling you, like, you said he's an alpha male and that he wouldn't want to have, like, a nanny and stuff. But you're assuming that he's going to do what you want and move to Atlanta.
If a year goes by and there hasn't been moving arrangements made,
or somebody's not spending at least 75% of their time in another place.
Yeah.
First of all, I will not get married to someone and I cannot live with them.
Yeah.
If it takes me more than an hour to get to them and we're just trying to, sell our homes to get something together, that's different. But, I mean, at least you're on the same time zone, but still, it's like weird. We're not even... And then she said, the girl that was with her was like, you buying this gym equipment, you act like he's going to be there all that much. She's like, well, I mean, maybe it'll get him to stay more.
Some gym equipment?
Yeah.
I mean, if he can afford New York, chances are he's pretty fine with his membership or whatever gym services is in his... Unit. That
It is units there. But it just seems real. Now it just seems like sad. Because now I feel like she got so desperate that she just said, that's okay, we'll worry about it later. Let's just get married now.
That's what it really sounds like.
And the fact that she has so much shit to say. She had so much shit to say about everybody else's marriage. And now that she's married, she knows what the difficulties that go into a marriage. Yep. That there's a lot of work that goes into marriage. She doesn't want anybody else.
Both people have to be there.
Everybody else was together except for her.
I bet he made her sign a prenup.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And she was just, where is it? Here. Let's get married.
Filming starts soon. Gotta ship these pictures to TMZ.
Oh, shit. Yeah. It's just, none of it sounds right. None of it sounds like something that's going to remotely last any significant amount of time.
Yeah.
I don't even think they will last like 5 years.
Yeah. And it's just sad because it really just goes to show just how lonely and miserable she was before she got married.
Yeah.
Like this season, it's like, it's not even like, oh, I finally found, my soulmate or my husband or whatever. It's just like, well, now that I'm a married woman, I ain't going to talk like this or I ain't going to do this. It's like, so before you met him, when you were just lashing out saying whatever, all these accusations and just being really mean and hurtful, it was really because you are coming from a dark place. It had nothing to do with anyone else. It's because of you. You just said that yourself. So... yeah. That's sad.
You know what? I don't even really think she's doing better. I feel like she's doing better on camera.
Yeah.
Because when she was in the bathroom and the cameras weren't around,
yeah,
she was fussing and cussing.
Yeah. Up a storm.
Yeah.
Phaedra Parks.
Yeah. So I think she just knows how to change. She's just trying to change on camera. Yeah. Because they already talk shit about her enough. And she's just trying to not give him more reasons to be annoyed. It's like everything she's doing is because of him. Mm-hmm. Him. He doesn't want this. She even brought a scenario like, yeah, we bought a car together. I wanted automatic. He wanted a stick. And I didn't want a stick. Like, who drives a stick? And we bought a stick because that's what he wanted.
So now you got a car that you can't fucking
drive.
You dumbass bitch. Oh, you dumb. Oh.
And I was like, that's like the worst scenario
Who knows how to drive a stick? I can't do shit with this. So we went and we bought a stick. Okay. I wish you no luck. Do what you do on that accord.
I don't know. All I gotta say is karma's a bitch. Mm-hmm. Because the shit you talked about everybody else's marriage.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like it will last longer if she gets off the show.
Yeah.
And really, really concentrate on this marriage.
But I mean, it seems that's the problem. She's concentrating too much and he ain't concentrating at all.
He's still like, I'm in New York.
Exactly.
I have a business to run here.
It sounds like she kind of just put herself in a predicament where this marriage is only going to work under the guise of her doing everything that he wants.
Yeah.
And her pretty much, if he wants to go left, but all her life she's wanted to go right, she's going left.
Still.
If he wants to live in New York, she's going to have to suck it up, whatever she likes about Atlanta, and move to New York. And guess
what? What happens, he's going to be adamant and then get to the point where it's like, look, woman, I'm not going to Atlanta. You either come here or we're going to stay our separate areas.
And then a year after, they get divorced.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dang, Kenny, you really gave up your whole life for him.
He probably did do a prenup because he felt like it wasn't going nowhere.
So, yeah.
That whole situation was...
Best of nothingness.
I really, really do not understand what was the purpose of Kandi inviting Portia to her event. I understand that in Portia's eyes, she's feel like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah. We're not friends. We probably will never be friends.
Yeah.
But we're being cordial because I got an invitation.
Right.
And everybody was flat out cold to her. And then you're like, don't want to give her a hug. You say that you have your boundaries.
Wow.
Why would you even invite her? Why would you even? I want to see her that this is what it means to be winning.
That is that fake shit. And that's why even a lot of people don't really like Kandi Burruss that much. Because they're like, it's something about you.
Even Dom, I was like, why would we invite her? He's like, I didn't send her an invitation. She's like, go ahead and send it to her. But yet, you're pretty much a cold-hearted bitch when she gets there and she's trying to tell you congratulations.
Yeah.
But she's trying to, she knows she did some wrong-ass shit.
Right.
She knows that.
Now, she'd be wrong if, like, I just want to show her this is what winning looks like. Well, I just want to show you that this is what your husband would fuck if he had the chance. Because he sure did say, he was like, well, if I could have my pick of any housewife, it'd be Portia.
That's true. And, you know, it's crazy. Todd had this little speech before he introduced Kandi on stage.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, I don't know if you heard me, but he was like, you know, my wife, she's just a credible person. She just gets along and does things with all kinds of people. You know, she loves everybody, gives everybody a chance. Even Portia's here. That shows you kind of person she is. I said, shut the fuck up. Why? Like, that means nothing.
Man, why are you...
Because at the end of the day, everybody was going to see her little interview. And then Portia pretty much made a response while she was on Ricky Smiley's show and was like, that was full of shit. If you didn't want me to be there, why even? She's like, I wish I didn't even go now. Yeah. Because I was really trying to just be a positive thing that I was invited. And last time I checked, you hated my guts. So the fact that you invited me, was like, okay, well, maybe we're getting somewhere, but now you're talking shit. She was like, this is what it looks like to be winning, honey. Like, it's just, there's some things you don't have to do.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be your moment, your cover to Essence magazine. Right.
But you
bring some drama on your own event.
It's not the cover of Vogue. That's like being named Essence is a great magazine, but that's like being named the Jet Beauty of the Week.
I remember those.
Having a party.
And they were all like light-skinned.
Yeah. And really not that cute in the face.
No, they weren't. It was just because they light-skinned had good bodies. With them high-waisted bikinis.
Yes. Very early 90s.
Very 90s.
Like, girl.
Maybe some good curly hair.
Right.
But, yeah. That's, I guess, yeah, if you wanted to compare it to anything.
And it's like, you've been in the music industry for, 30 years? You just now get on a magazine cover? Like, act like you've been somewhere.
I've been on better magazine covers. Right. But it was like, there was no point. I didn't agree with that at all. I feel like if you've already had your piece and said what you had to say to her and you don't want her around you.
I mean, she's going to see the show.
Which she did. She already responded to it. So what's the point? What was the point? And the fact that Todd brought her name up in his little speech was
that means I'm still, just like New York. And I'm fabulous.
Yes. And you're mad.
And you're mad about it. Portia's still on all y'all minds.
Right?
A year later. Like, that's really all it seems to be. Because even in her tagline, it was a dig at Phaedra. But it was kind of cute. But now it's like, now you have an events inviting your enemies. I wish I would invite Samwell.
Ooh. Then I'm going to look at you like, why? What is the point? It's like, okay.
Like, what? Like, I don't understand. So, yeah, Candy, you took, 4 steps back when you did that.
I mean, kudos to her, but that was just a waste of energy.
Yeah.
Complete. I mean, if anything, you let her get front row tickets to the Cynthia Pony show that happened afterwards. And then you invite Shamia. So, Shamia and Portia are standing next to each other. You don't even look her direction. It's like, don't. If you have, that's too much energy to have to not talk to somebody at your own party. Celebration.
Yeah, no.
It didn't make sense whatsoever. Yeah. So,
once again, 50 years old, still acting 16. But hey, what do I know?
I know. And yeah, Atlanta's one of the worst out of all. Well, it is the worst out of all the shows. I mean, first, in the beginning, it's always better in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's been more consistently petty from the beginning because for Atlanta, everything's about being shady as possible.
Yeah. And it's like, y'all don't even make being shady funny no more.
It's
you just
not.
Make it sad. Like the last 4 seasons, because I really did go a good 2 seasons.
And not watch it.
Yeah. And very last season, I only watched the last 3 episodes because that's when the scandal erupted about,
the reunion.
The rape. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it 4 parts?
Yeah.
It was a 4-part first ever.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And someone had said that. They're like, maybe all these shows just need a really good recasting. Maybe because we've been watching the same people interact for 5-6 years. It's like, okay, are we still doing this?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be
I think they do have a new city coming up.
Well, I didn't say a whole new city.
I know, but that just reminded me. I think they had a whole new city. I feel like the only ones that really interact the best with the same people is New York.
Yeah. Because it's always a completely different dynamic.
Mention it all!
But, yeah, the rest of them, it's the same recycled storylines of, I don't like you, well, you did this. And
you know why I think New York is cool? Because they really don't have the same storylines for a long time. I feel like the Tom one was like the longest storyline.
But it was a good one.
It was a good one. And then this season, the bitch gets arrested. So that was all filmed. Her going to rehab and all of that, they already started filming.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, Bobby passed away, so Jill's, I think, make an appearance and all that. But yeah, their storylines never really last that long.
Yeah.
It's not maybe 2 seasons worth.
Yeah,
I think
not 3 seasons later and I still hate you. Like,
they're really good at being, I'm moving forward, you know.
Yeah, I'm done.
This is...
Still don't like you, but I'm moving on.
Yeah. I feel like they're really about, like, their money and
but the rest of them, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And I think maybe these shows weren't meant to have the same people year after year after year. And they go and they try to recast like 1 or 2 new people. It's like, no, I think maybe you should maybe keep 1 or 2 people and recast everybody else. Like, because it's just the same.
So Candy says she's the longest running housewife straight without leaving.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's that person, it's like, wow, the show has been on a long time. She said 9 seasons.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit. And who's had the... Orange County, I want to say, has had the most new housewives.
Yeah.
And... Because a lot of them housewives be like, oh, yep, did it once, I can't do it again. So you have more of those. For Atlanta, they just like, hold on.
I'm getting my check. Give my $50,000.
Right.
I gotta finish paying for this house.
Right. And New York has the most that left and came back.
Yeah.
But it got real cheesy with New York.
Yeah.
And once Bethany came back and then Luann came back.
Because I didn't watch for like...
I didn't watch it for about 2 seasons.
I didn't watch until Bethany came back.
No, that's when I was like, I need to start watching it back again.
Yeah, I think I seen a few episodes, like the first one, it's season 1 and 2, and that was it. And then when Bethany came back, even when when it first premiered, I didn't watch it. I think I was just at home, was like, oh, New York's on, let me just ain't nothing else on. And I was just laughing my ass off. I said, these bitches is entertaining.
Yeah. And
for like the past 3 seasons, I've just been like, okay.
When
y'all are cool.
Bethany and Kelly Ben Simone got into it, that was like one of the like most bizarre seasons of all time. And what was her name? Simon's wife?
Oh, Alex?
Yes, Alex, the one with the one leg. That was
not Heather. Fuck.
I feel like it was started with the
no, not Ramona. D.
Not Dorinda.
She had one leg.
Yeah.
Blonde hair.
And she threw it on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think New York has had some more, like, shocking moments. But Tom was, like, really the first classier version of You Fucked My Man, I guess, in a sense. But it was funny because, like, Ramona had something with him. Sonia had something with him. Luann was like, if it was BL before Luann, it doesn't matter.
Well, now it's AL and y'all divorced. That's your problem. Categorizing everything as BL. Now you DL. Divorced
or
loser.
SOL. Shit out of Luann, I guess. I don't know. But I want to say the Married to Medicine reunion comes in March, so next month. And I think that's also around the time that New York maybe starts.
Yeah.
Because they have been filming for at least a month now, so.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so. But that's all we got, folks.
Yes. It's been a wonderful week.
Make sure that you guys follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and I always want to say Snapchat. I have a Snapchat. Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We have a Facebook page and we have a Facebook group. You can follow the group at Tea Sipper Discussions. And our page is just RealiTEA-V with a hyphen. Yep. Or you can find RealiTEA-V without a hyphen. Either or is fine. Our Instagram is reality_V. same as Twitter. And our email, if you want to send us email, is realityv_@gmail.com. Where can they find you on social media?
Facebook, Roberta Smith, and
That voice.
Instagram, right? Leave it to be and leave it to be living. I am so tired.
Right. And I can be found on Instagram, Fumi Dagun. Also on Facebook, and I'm on Snapchat, EbonyA88. And also, did I say Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll see. I'm tired too. We're almost at 350 followers on Instagram, so still want you to be able to tag your friends, and so we can do this giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for this week. I'm Fumi.
I'm B.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye, fools.